Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of Bathing Dangerous, a show where two guys come together each week to discuss a random topic. One of us will bring in the topic, the other person will be going in blind, answering questions, facilitating discussion. Each week we're going to change our name based on the topic, and this week, since we're talking about the Mighty Ducks, I'm going to be Conway, and my co-host here is going to be Averman. Averman's brought the topic this week, so let's find out what it's going to be about.
Thank you, Conway, for that introduction. So basically, like he just said, we're going to be talking about the Mighty Ducks today. And the reason I wanted to do this was because the NHL is just got back. The playoffs are in action. Everyone is fighting to see who will win the Stanley Cup. And I thought, why not introduce one of our childhood movies that we loved so dearly from the past? So before we get into this Mighty Ducks ranking of all...
We're ranking the Mighty Ducks.
We're ranking all the Mighty Ducks, all right? So from... I'll tell you about like the tier list. It's going to be from S to F. But before we get into that, I'm going to go over a few things that you might not know. Some lingo, some hockey lingo. Since you grew up in the UK, you might not know this. So it's going to be a little test for you. So we're going to see how you do, all right?
Okay.
So I'm going to name a few things, some hockey lingo that you might not have heard. You're just going to give me your best guess on what you think these words mean, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so I got 5 here. Right after that, we'll get into it. All right, so what do you think bucket means? If a hockey player says bucket.
Somebody else has scored a goal and you go, bucket!
No. So a bucket is a helmet. It's just another way to say helmet.
Okay.
All right?
I thought it was like a celebration.
No. All right, but you know what? That's perfect. That brings me into something else here. Okay. So you might get this one pretty quickly now. So the next word is celly. What do you think? Celly.
Okay, celly's celebration.
Yeah, so after a goal, a celly would just be like a celebration.
I probably would have guessed it's the guy who's in the like penalty box with you.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Your cellmate.
Yeah, I could see that, but no.
Okay,
so celly, you're right.
Celebration.
So, okay. This one, a little harder. Duster.
Duster.
What do you think a duster is in hockey lingo?
When you hit the puck so hard... I'm already wrong, aren't I? Yeah. You hit the puck so hard that like snow spray, it leaves like snow spray behind.
I like the creativity, but no, I think you'll get it after this. But a duster is someone who doesn't play often. They just collect dust on the bench.
Oh.
So if you're a...
I've been a duster my whole life.
Yeah, there you go. So like there's a few dusters on each team.
Okay.
All right. This one, you might think you know what it is, but I don't know. We'll see. This one's probably the toughest one, I would say. So, grocery stick.
Grocery
Yeah,
stick.
I can't really use them in sentences, which would help out a lot. But, so, yeah, I don't know how you would use this term, but a grocery stick is a person in hockey.
Oh, so it's got nothing to do with the stick?
No.
A grocery stick.
Think of what you do when you go to a grocery store and there's someone in front of you and you don't want to like mix up your food and their food, so you use a grocery stick, one of those sticks.
Oh, okay.
So it's something to do with that type of idea.
Is it someone ahead of you acting a bit like a blocker in football?
Ooh. Yeah,
so I'm skating with the puck and a guy goes ahead of me to like intercept the defense.
So it's just...
Hey man, be my grocery stick.
So I don't know how they sort like people in like football in the UK or anything, but on the hockey bench, you have your forwards on one side of the bench and you have your defenseman on the other side. So the like last forward or the last defenseman would be the hockey stick that's separating the
grocery stick.
Yeah, the grocery stick from separating the forwards from the defense. So he's just
Am I going to need to know this today?
No, not that one. But some of these I'll probably use.
Duster will use.
All right, two more.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, plumber.
Yeah.
What do you think a plumber is in hockey?
A plumber is someone who's on a hot streak and the ice is melting. And you need to call a plumber.
The fuck? No, okay. A plumber is like, he's not necessarily the most talented guy on the team.
Yeah.
But he's going to do the dirty work.
Oh, he just goes to work.
Yeah, he's like a gritty player, right?
Okay.
Last one. This one you're not going to get, but yard sale. If someone just had like a yard sale on the ice.
Is it a fight?
I mean, is that what you want to go with?
I think it's like all hands rumble.
Okay, no.
Oh.
It's a good guess. But a yard sale would be like, just picture it in your head. When someone gets hit so hard that all their equipment falls off of their body. So they're having a yard sale. All right. So some of those you might hear me say.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Conway might say one of them now. So if you hear any of that lingo while we're going through this list, now you'll know.
If you watch, to be on topic, if you watch Mighty Ducks 2, the first time they play Iceland, the entire game is just people going head over heels over the Iceland players.
It's true.
Like, it happens like in every single shot. There's like 8 people in the background being flipped.
Just illegal hits all over the place.
Right, so what's the deal with hitting people? Can you, like, just skating straight into them? Is it when they've got the puck or when
they have to have the puck.
Oh, okay.
If they don't have the puck, then it's just like interference. It would be like a penalty.
Right, okay.
All right, so let's get right into it then. So the way that we're doing this, it's a tier ranking, just like anything else you'd see on YouTube where people rank, I don't know, chocolate bars, whatever, anything. So we're going to do a Mighty Ducks roster tier list. So S is going to be the top of the top. So S is just, it means super.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so then A, obviously, it's your standard, just
awesome.
Really good, awesome.
Yeah.
B's like your better than average player, I would say. Yeah. Or, just like,
so it's like grades after S.
Exactly. And then C, now you're getting into the plumbers. Now you're getting into the... and then D would be a duster. Mm-hmm. And F would just be the absolute worst of the worst. Like, why are you even on the team?
Okay.
All right?
Got it.
All right, so we're going to go back and forth. I'm just going to give you a random Mighty Duck player, and you're going to go for it, all right?
Okay. Can I put any amount in any...
Yeah, so let's try to keep it to maybe 4 per area. But okay. I mean, if we have to go over,
need to like move them around a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how we go.
Let's go.
All right. So the first one I'm going to give to you is Germaine.
Germaine.
Hailing all the way from
love
St. Paul's, Minnesota. Where are you going to put him on a list, a tier ranking list?
Where do I want to put Germaine? You don't see him much.
No, unless
you don't see him actually playing, but you know what? In Ducks 1,
mm-hmm.
Charlie gets a penalty at the end of the game, mm-hmm. and they say, who's going to take it? And the entire team says, like, obviously, Guy.
A penalty shot, you mean? Or
He gets, like, Gordon's style. It's like the end of the game, and Charlie has a penalty.
Yeah.
And Gordon goes, hey, what about Charlie? Because he's sleeping with his mum. And even Charlie says, no, we need to win the game. It should be Guy.
Okay.
So,
some good information there.
It's like... I'm not saying Guy's a good player. I'm saying he's one of the best of a very bad bunch.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put him in S.
Just for the viewers, we're going through. We're not just basing off their talent from Mighty Ducks 1. So if they've been in it from Mighty Ducks 1 all the way to 3, you can kind of base them on whatever, like overall, where they progress to or whatever. Mm-hmm. You're gonna put him in S tier. No, that's where you want to.
I am, because I can't think of anybody. I can't think of other good ones.
All right, so you're gonna go with S.
Okay,
and that's
do we vote, or am I putting them in?
No, so that's yours.
Okay.
So if I was picking, I'd put him in probably like a high B. I'd put him in B tier.
Guy Germaine.
Now I'm gonna get Guy. He is supposed to be one of the more talented players on like the Mighty Ducks.
You never see it though.
But he's just always trying to get under like in Connie's pants, So, but that's why I would put him
distracted.
in. Yeah, he's distracted. He has a hard on every time he's playing hockey.
So, should we agree on A?
All right, you wanna go with A then? Yeah, let's go with A.
Okay.
All right, so
Guy's an A.
Guy has the first one. He's been locked down into A tier. All right, so I'm just gonna pick one here.
Okay.
And you can give some information if you want. This one, I'll just say his name first. Terry Hall. So he's only in the Mighty Ducks 1.
Okay, he's one of the twins.
He's Jesse Hall's.
Well, they must be twins.
I don't think so. I think he's a younger brother.
Isn't it an age category?
Yeah, but I think he's still a little younger.
Okay.
So I think he's Jesse Hall's younger brother, Terry.
Did he die? Look at how Jesse went to like Team USA and then a free ride to college.
They don't explain why Terry... no, he's not in 3.
I mean Jesse went all the way. Oh,
he didn't. No,
Jesse
he wasn't in 3. No, but he got at least to the Goodwill Games. Terry fucked off. So I'm gonna give Terry's your typical duster. So he's going, for me, Terry, we don't have to talk about Terry anymore.
No.
Barely had any screen time. Doesn't do shit. In real life, he's Jussie Smollett. The guy that got, like, known for, like, a hate crime, basically. Faking a hate crime.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, this is real life?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
Terry Hall is Juicy Smollett, as Dave Chappelle would say. But yeah, so I'm going to put him in D tier. You can change that if you want, but he's a typical duster. He's not doing anything for the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, man, his dad had such... I gave up my overtime to see my kids take falls.
Just an inspirational man.
Oh, and...
So what do you think?
Season.
Do you think that's accurate?
Let's do it.
Terry
Hall.
Terry Hall going into the D section. All right, now I'm going to give you one that you might not know unless you are really up to date on your Mighty Ducks or if you've seen the movies recently. So if you don't know this guy, just let me know.
Okay.
Tommy Duncan.
Tommy Duncan. It's Tommy and Tammy.
Yeah.
They're the...
Yeah.
He was terrible. The little guy. The little, like, finally playing hockey because he's done figure skating his whole life.
Yeah, he has a little bowl cut.
Like, he's like... There's no way he would do anything on the ice with the size of him. No
agility.
No. And the one time they pull out, like before Ken Wu, the one time they pull figure skating out the bag, it's Tammy who does it. They don't even use him.
Yeah. She's the actual, like, one with talent. He's just like the... I don't know.
I'd put him in F.
The loser. You'd put him in F? Yeah, I would. He's definitely like a duster or below. So why don't we give him an F tier?
Like, we can't say he's equal or better to Terry Hall.
No, that's true. Yeah. You got to be fair, right?
Tommy Duncan.
If Terry Hall's a duster, then Tommy Duncan's a little worse than that. All right, so then going in right next to him is obviously Sister Tammy Duncan.
Okay.
So when I look at Tammy Duncan, I look at a figure skater, talented figure skater. Mm-hmm. See her on the ice in Mighty Ducks 1. She also has an attitude to go with her. Like, she's one of the taller players on the team. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Connie. Like, for some reason, like, girls grow quicker than guys when they're younger. So Tammy's, like, towering over most of these players.
Yeah.
She has a no-nonsense attitude. She's not afraid to stick up for herself or her team. Mm-hmm. She pushes her brother down on the ice like he's a fucking pinball. Just ragdolls.
What do I know about hockey? More than you think.
Exactly. But she also, like, I don't think she's where, like, Guy Germaine is. So I would say a B.
She helps a goal.
Right. She helps with one goal. I would say B tier. Low B tier. But wherever you decide, then we'll come up with a...
I'm more comfortable in C.
Comfortable in C?
Just for game time.
You know what? You might be... You know what? If you kind of separate this by, like, S tier and A tier being, like, your first line forwards and defense, B and C, like, C would be, like, that grinder third line. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she's, like, a grinder. Okay. Like, she could go in there, ruffle off some feathers.
Didn't even want to play.
No.
She just makes it work.
Yeah, she just makes it work. All right. So now we're going into... I'm going to give you one of the more popular icons in all of the Mighty Ducks lore. Okay. So we're going with Lester Averman. This is a tricky one.
C for, like, guy who you want in your team, comedy value. S.
Oh, yeah.
For hockey. I don't know.
That's why it's kind of difficult, right? So he's coming in from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. So he's not one of these like Minneapolis pretty boys. Okay. He's from, like, a rougher area. Maybe he needed, like, his humor to get by early in elementary school. Yeah. But you're right. His work ethic is almost nothing.
I don't know why he's playing hockey. I don't know if there's nothing else to do.
I think his parents just wanted him out of the house.
Like to have friends.
Yeah. Because, like, Gordon Bombay wants to strangle him in the first movie. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of sitting there on the... Hey, swing... What does he say? Like, swing, batter.
Yeah. He goes, it's not base, there's no batter. Hey, goalie.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, S tier in the way of just, like, being able to talk shit
and lines
and, like, like, so this is a tough one.
In the movie he was fed the best.
So where do you have him? What are you thinking?
Hockey, I can't think of one redeeming quality. I can't think of anything that he did that pushed the team forward.
But you know what, as far as, like, showmanship,
I mean, what do I know? He made Team USA.
Yeah, he made Team USA. What the fuck do you know? All right, so where do you want me to go first, or what do you think?
I was gonna. We're talking hockey here. We're talking hockey
True.
tiers, so I'd put him as a duster.
Really? Okay, see, because I would say sometimes in hockey you need those weasels. You need those guys out there that are gonna like.
You know better than me.
That are gonna kind of piss off the other team and maybe draw a penalty. You know, maybe they get mad at them and they just hack them or something.
Think of that.
I would say C.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm okay with C.
C tier. He's
C.
right on that third line, fourth line. He comes in. He gives the crowd a little bit of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right. So we got Lester Averman in at C. So one of the big icons in all of the Mighty Ducks. We're gonna go on to another one. Probably one of the more talented players. Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit first, and then you can have your say. Julie the Cat Gaffney. Okay. I think straight away, leaps and bounds better than Goldberg. That's not saying much. I mean, you put a fucking brick in net, and it's gonna be probably better than Goldberg.
I left my team in Maine to show the world that I can do. Well, Goldberg saved one yesterday, so my hands are tied.
Yeah. Fucking Gordon. Like, what is he thinking? Anyway, so she's got that feisty attitude, right? She's super competitive. Probably one of the most competitive on the team.
She's the one who comes across the most as like an athlete.
Yeah. Like she wants to just get in there, fuck this other team up, and then go home, right?
Yeah.
She's not from Minnesota. She was on like a rep team back where she was. She comes over here and Gordon disrespects her by just sitting her ass on that bench. So she wasn't in the first one. So it was all Goldberg had no competition whatsoever. Comes into the second one, right? Gordon, what's that guy's name? The Goodwill, the small short guy with the curly hair.
I don't. It's like Hendrix hockey.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the guy.
Hendrix.
Yeah, the representative or whatever.
Yeah.
And he brings. We can just talk about this for a few minutes. He brings in let's just. We both know Mighty Ducks 2. One of the worst fucking storylines.
I just keep having to tell myself it's Disney, and you had to like progress the team somehow.
Yeah. So this junior backyard hockey club, just from the helping of Gordon Bombay, the Minnesota Miracle Man, Hendrix Hockey decides they want all of that team to just somehow become Team USA. Fucking Goodwill. Yeah, Team USA.
They weren't even like a state team. They were
nothing.
They were a district of Minneapolis.
Yeah, they weren't a AAA team. They weren't a AA team. There was nothing there. So anyways, Hendrix decides to bring in these fucking 4 all-stars from around the country because you can only bring in like 4 or 5 players. And they bring in Julie the Cat Gaffney as one of them.
I guarantee the first movie Hawks team, each player was better than any player on Team USA.
Yeah.
Where was all those kids?
Yeah, what it was like when they were watching this on TV, were they like, how did these guys get onto this team?
That actually would have been a better idea for a movie, to pull in a few good Hawks and they suddenly have to like come together.
Yeah,
it's Gordon. Like, hey, listen, they're one of the best. He's one of the best players in the state, so we need him.
Gordon has to bring this miracle, get them together, and
instead of like the village people, Olympian cowboy, Italian
gymnast,
speedster,
and then just some thug that they found on the street. It was probably like in a boxing
ring. 23.
Yeah, he had a beard already. Yeah. All right. So Julie, anyway, I'm gonna put her in S.
Me too.
All right. So Julie the Cat Gaffney, S tier. Yeah. All right. So
she has the fast glove.
She does have the fast glove. And you know what? Gordon.
Just name a limb and you can call it she has the fast that thing, because it's definitely faster than Goldberg's.
Like we never saw...
You have the fast nose.
We never saw Gordon like looking at film or anything. And at the end he's like, Gunner Stahl, you know what? What's he say? Like, stick side, he'll go fancy, he'll go glove or something.
Yeah.
It's like anticipate the glove.
Fancy, he'll go glove.
Yeah. I could have just been making that up.
But she also, earlier on in the movie, Julie, she calls him out.
Yeah.
Because they lost to Iceland.
Yeah.
And he says, he knew everything about us.
Yeah.
You didn't. Maybe that made him go away.
I want to show the world what I can do. That's when I think she said, like, she has her bag on.
No, that's when she comes into his office. This is
that's
this is after
about.
They lost the game.
Oh, okay.
And Gordon comes in the changing room and he's like, you guys don't even look like you want to play hockey. Or something. She's like, what about you? He knew everything about us. You didn't know anything about that team.
You're right.
Yeah.
Good memory. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so the next one, it's on you. Dwayne Robertson, Cowboy.
I don't know how he started playing hockey.
Coming in all the way in from Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Just the most stereotypical, like, cowboy. What's a person from, like, Austin, Texas? What are they like? Oh, just make them say yeehaw and give them a fucking...
Give him a lasso. He plays with a lasso.
Yeah. We can get into that. How was he not fucking suspended or, like, expelled from... I'm using, like, school terms, but, like, how was he not kicked out of the entire tournament for lassoing a player? Like, he's not even on the ice with him. Like, he's off the ice. So instantly, if you're not actually on the ice and you jump off to join a fight or something, you're already in the penalty box.
Right.
Grabs a lasso from somewhere, just keeps it under the bench, goes in there, fucking... But he is protecting Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Yeah. What he's got going for him, though, is the whole... I mean, his thing was, like, the puck handling.
Yeah, he's a charmer. You know? He's, like, a charming personality.
Yeah.
And he's just known as being, like, one of the best puck handlers.
Period.
Yeah, period.
You mean for his age?
No.
No. I don't.
He could get into the NHL and just... The thing about him is, though...
He's a showboat.
Super selfish showboat.
Yeah.
Like,
doesn't pass.
Yeah, he's just fucking around in the middle of the ice.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put him? Because you got to think skill-wise. I mean, if you can do that with the puck, those things with the puck, I mean, you're talented.
I feel like if you could look 10, 15 years into the future, he's behind a bar, twirling, like bottles of tequila. Yeah. You know, all the bar flair stuff.
Oh, yeah, like a bartender, yeah.
Yeah, but the ones who do all the flip and pour your shot behind his back.
Yeah.
Type thing. But he's good with the puck. I'd put him in B.
What are you thinking? B? All right, I'm absolutely fine with B. We can put him in B.
Wayne.
Hopefully people aren't too offended by that. I could see him definitely in C, but also, I mean, let's just go with his talent. If he's on a line with maybe like Charlie, someone who can calm him down a little bit. Maybe.
Hey, listen, if the entire Ducks team made Team USA and there was 4 spots in the country, and he got one of them.
Yeah, he got. How did they interview these kids? Did they just tell them to show up at some rink somewhere and then like, all right,
here's the rest of your team.
Here's Dwayne Robertson. He comes out on the fucking ice with a lasso. Yeah, we need this guy on the team. All right, going straight into the next one.
Okay.
Jesse Hall, the Minneapolis bad boy. So.
Oh, it's I think his brother.
Yeah, so he's got an attitude on him right away. He's not gonna. I mean, he's talented.
He's talented.
Yeah, he's not gonna back down. Like he could go on basically any line. If you want him on the grinder line, just to go out there and just cross check someone in the back and then talk smack to them, he's gonna do that. You could also have him like on the first line, and he's gonna bring you like some playmaker ability. So I have my thought. Is there anything you want to say before I tell you?
I don't know why cake eater is an insult.
Yeah, when for Adam Banks, he calls him a cake eater. Like, I'm sure if we looked it up, there's probably like an explanation. I always thought maybe it just meant like he's wealthy so he can get cake like every weekend or some
like
shit.
A posh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that's what it means. But cake eater? I don't know.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But, and sadly, for some reason, Jesse Hall never made it to D3.
No.
So he was like one of the most popular in D1 and D2.
Probably
and then
so sad after his brother died.
And then and you think his dad would want him to get that Eden Hall education, that academy education.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're just talking strictly with the Mighty Duck world. I wonder what happened to, you know what? Jesse was probably like, fuck Eden Hall. Like he just he wanted to stay with his friends. Which is a terrible decision in the long run, probably. Yeah. But okay, so I'm gonna say, I would say Jesse.
I put him up there with Guy. I put him in A.
You put him in A. I was gonna say B. So let's put him in A. Let's put him in A.
Okay.
All right. So Jesse Hall, A tier. All right. Next up, I'm gonna throw two names at you because they're just
Oh, Bash Brothers.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you wish. No. All right. So if you don't know these guys, let me know. Peter Mark and David Karp. Do you remember those names at all?
Yes. Peter Mark was little leather jacket guy.
Yeah, little leather jacket shithead.
And Karp was the guy who blew on the window.
Yes.
He did, the only thing he did the entire movie was get hit in the face with a puck.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
They keep telling him to like defend.
He falls on the
and
ice.
Then he just gets hit in the face and then he's like knocked out and he gets carried off.
That's why I put them together, because they're just two boneheads. Like, like, how much can you talk about these two idiots?
The one thing for Peter, though, everybody like followed. He was almost more of a... If you consider a captain as somebody people follow.
Right.
He was like, oh, we're not going to play anymore because he said we don't deserve to live. And then the entire team, apart from Charlie and Fulton, forfeit the game. And then he came in and was like, hey, you ever been misunderstood? Of course, we're kids. And then, Gordon just said, Jordan says, we have a choice. We're going to go for the playoffs and we're going to forfeit the season. What's it going to be, Peter? And he says, well, I guess we should practice first. And then everybody's back on board. What
if Peter just says, let's give up? And
all right. Credits roll.
Like, Gordon has so much balls to kind of put that type of decision onto a kid. Like, does he think about this shit every night? Just like, all right, tomorrow the way that I'm going to, like, influence these kids is I'm going to put one of them on the spot. We're going to see what they do. Like, at any time, this shit could have backfired.
See what the good has.
When he put Julie the Cat Gaffney in, cold goaltender, hasn't played at all in the entire, like, whatever, tournament. Brings her in for one fucking, like, the most, what do you call it, like, stress-inducing thing you could
one
possibly...
penalty.
Like, she could have easily just fanned on the puck. It goes in. And Gordon just goes home
she'll never
looking
play
like
again.
An idiot.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, so, Peter Mark...
I'd put... Just because of his influence on the team, I'd put Peter as a duster.
Okay.
And I'd put Karp in G.
Just unknown territory.
Didn't do a thing.
Make a new section just for Dave Karp. All right, so we'll put Dave Karp in F, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we'll put Peter in... Yeah, I would give him duster.
Okay.
He's not doing much on the ice, but you're right. I guess he does... have some type of like influence on the team.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting through. We only have 6 left.
We got some big names to come.
Yeah, these are some big names coming up. All right, so here we go. Elementary school crush for me, Connie Moreau. Elementary school sweetheart, Connie Moreau. Where are we putting Connie Moreau? Because right when you think of Connie, you think of Guy. They come hand in hand.
Yeah.
But I think she's a little more talented than Guy. I mean, maybe not. Well, because he's always fucking around. Like, I was this close. Like, he's always just trying. Right, so hats. I think he has the potential and talent to be like a better hockey player. But at least in like Mighty Ducks 1, she was like right up there with, I think even on like the poster of D1, it's like Charlie and Connie right beside one another, kind of as like the main.
And at the time, I mean, considering the rest of the team playing like a guy-heavy game, there's no girls in any of the other teams they play against.
Right, yeah. Until Julie comes around, she's just on. Yeah. She's got to hold it all down by her. Oh no, wait, there is the figure skater.
Oh,
girl.
Tammy.
Yeah, fuck Tammy.
But she didn't want to be there.
Yeah. She's super nice. She's like the kind one, right? I mean, that doesn't really count for much on the ice, but
and she's like positive and like rallies everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, you go first. I don't know where you want to put her, but
I mean, you think she's more talented than Guy Germaine?
In the first one, anyways. I think in the first one.
You know what? They kept her in. She made Team USA. All know how hard that was for her.
She got to the third one. She made the cut.
Do you live in District 5? You made it.
Yeah.
A. Let's go.
You gonna put A? See, I would think B.
Okay, I'm happy with B. You just said she was better than Guy and threw me off. B.
All right, I would say like a high B, but yeah, let's put Connie in B. Connie I think that's fair.
Yeah, we're Wayne.
All right, next, getting right into it, we got Dean Portman. One of the Bash brothers from Chicago, Illinois. Comes in, so not in D1, comes in D2.
I never saw him touch the puck. I can't think of a single time he like.
No, he.
Did he know he was playing hockey?
They found like a university student. They put a stick in his hand. All right, you want to go play? You want to go have a little vacation? We'll get you out of Chicago for a few weeks.
Just give him ecstasy.
Give him a stick and some skates. See, there is one game, I forget who they're playing, like maybe like Trinidad Tobago or whatever, and like the rock music starts going on, and he's like, all right, Portman, let's do this, and then he's like, yeah, and then he does like, they both like punch a player over, which is the instant penalty, and then like, what's his name? Fulton Reed. He like passes it back to Portman, and Portman like buries it home. So he does get like one goal, I think.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It's one or the other, but I'm pretty sure it's him. And then he's like, all right. He has that deep.
So deep.
Yeah, so deep.
I remember there was a game he got like instantly chucked out of.
Yo, yeah. So that's Iceland, the first game against Iceland.
Right. Yeah. But then he's just tearing the locker room apart. Like, I should be out there.
Yeah, breaks
but
a
I think
fucking
it's for
chair.
the fights. I think it's got nothing to do with like helping the team or playing hockey.
Probably just to look at the girls in the stands. He's fucking like combing his hair.
He just wants to fight.
Yeah, Julie comes back to calm him down. I know how you feel. Just like, fuck. All right, so if I'm thinking, but you know what, Dean Portman, he's like one of my favorites. I mean, you can't not like the guy.
Done.
See, I would say he's a little above a duster. I would put him in C. Like he's just that. Yeah, he's your grinder.
Averman.
Yeah. Like you put him next to Averman, maybe he gets some shit done. You know, maybe he's going to be the enforcer. He's going to protect Averman.
Then they make that could be a whole side movie. They make some pact, like Averman does his homework and he helps him with his confidence and stuff.
That's true, yeah. They go like kind of like what's that, 21 Jump Street.
Oh, yeah,
it's just like,
hey, you're really good at this.
Yeah. Want to be friends? Averman goes to live with him in Chicago for like a semester.
Lasts like 3 hours.
And also, Dean Portman, somehow, even though he was probably one of the more popular D2 characters, doesn't make it into D3 until the end. Oh. I forget what, like, he's
probably too old. He's already been to college. Can't get another scholarship.
He comes in with that, whatever, like that form that's been signed, and he's like, I'm back, boys, but like, why? I wonder what the reason was behind him not
going in the first place.
Yeah. Probably.
I forgot about
fucking
that.
grades.
I've not seen D3 in forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in like reading the thing. He can read.
Right.
He comes in like reading the form.
Can you imagine, like, now let's go out of the Mighty Ducks for a second, and you're one of the actors. Mm-hmm. So you're like Joshua Jackson or whatever, right? He's like the only one that actually like made.
Yeah.
You know what? Connie Moreau, I forget her name, but she's been in like a lot of movies that you wouldn't really like. You'd see her and you'd know. So she's had like a successful career.
Okay.
But can you imagine them sitting down? They just had like an incredible summer, like filming D2, right? They're all like hanging out after work and shit. Like they're whatever, having pizza parties and probably making out and shit. Who knows? We'll never know. But then imagine like D3, they're all pumped. Like they're like, well, I guess they're not texting each other, but maybe they're calling each other like throughout the months.
Yeah.
And like, hey, did you get your like letter for like D3? And then imagine like Dean Portman, his character, his actor, is like waiting and he's like messaging everyone like, oh, I'm sure mine will be in the mail any day now, man. Just wait. And then he gets like a call from the director like, okay, so you're gonna come back for the movie for D3, but you're only gonna be in it for 1 minute. So everyone else is having like an amazing summer together, and then for one day, for an afternoon, they call in Dean Portman for just
comes in. Yeah.
All right.
He's like turned down other jobs. No, D3's coming out.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. So the next one we're gonna do, highly talented, Luis Mendoza. Where do you think Luis Mendoza is from? Like in the movie, where do you think he's from?
Isn't he from Florida?
Yeah, Miami, Florida. Okay. All right. So what are your thoughts on Luis Mendoza? One of the most mind-boggling hires. Like,
I don't get how. Like, I don't know if it's him in the movie or they pulled in an extra or something. He looks so good skating.
He does.
But I don't get how you achieve. I don't know how you get to that level without being able to stop.
Yeah, it's like one of the most basic techniques in all of hockey.
It's like being a marathon runner, but I never learned how to like stand up. or something. It just doesn't make sense.
They should have given him a backstory where, like, oh, he shattered both of his ankles when he tried, like, going into the boards.
So it's like a confidence thing.
Yeah, and he's just scared. He's got the, like...
Why isn't he scared to stop?
Hiccups or whatever.
That's so much better than, I don't know how.
Yeah. Like, and think of how quickly, like, Gordon Bombay is supposed to be a top coach in, like, Pee Wee hockey or whatever. Minnesota Miracle Man. And he does get Luis to stop. In like, whatever, everyday life, Gordon would have him stopping by the end of the fucking first practice.
Yeah.
Like, he'd be like, all right.
Stacked up some cans. Yeah. Well, that didn't work.
Think of how long it took them to stack up those fucking cans.
Like, he took an entire team of kids who can't play to Team USA.
Yeah.
But give him one guy who can't stop. And it's the entire movie and he can't figure it out.
And not only, imagine Gordon gets there an hour before everyone else and he somehow found these pristine, like, aluminum cans to set up.
Yeah, not being crushed or anything from being drunk or anything.
And, like, he could have just set up one line.
Yeah.
Instead, he stacks up fucking 8 rows of cans, 10 across. Instead, like, you could have put a pylon there. Like, what are you doing, Gordon?
Anything just like a cardboard wall.
Yeah, a pizza box. Just fucking put it up there, and then just all right. Luis is fucking
he hits them once. I'm gonna go over the other side and practice. You'll wait for the cans. I should practice more. You'll wait.
You could even just tell him just stop before the blue line. You don't even need anything there. Like I get that obviously like. He wants to put up like a physical...
the eggs for the passing make sense because the egg will crack if you hit it too hard.
Yeah, and people do that. Like, I'm sure that's something that's actually been
soft
done.
hands.
Like, yeah.
But the cans makes no sense whatsoever. It's pointless being able to skate the speed he does without being able to slow down and stop. That makes him a very ineffective player. He does one thing, he does the, like, hey, I stopped, and the only reason he can score is because he covered the other guy in snow.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and he does make the cut. He makes it into D3. And he makes out with that older girl at the end of the final game. He makes out with, like, one of the senior players' girlfriends. So he's, like, a player. But, and, like, in real life, if you're on a football team or, like, you're trying out for hockey or something, speed is, like, probably one of the most important things that, like, scouts look at.
Can he do it with the puck?
Yeah. Yeah, he can.
All right.
So in that way, it's, like, believable, but, like, the second that those Hendricks, like, scouts saw that he couldn't fucking stop...
No chance.
Like, there's no...
Done.
Like, what are you doing? Okay, so where do you think Luis Mendoza is going to go then?
I only think of him as higher than he probably should be because he's, like, a D2 new guy. Right. If he was in from the beginning and he was just this kid on the lake in Minnesota who couldn't stop, you'd think nothing of him. Yeah. I'd put him in D for that. Yeah. But he's no Karp. Right. I'd see him.
Yeah, I'd put him in C as well.
That fills up our C line.
But, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, because like, that grinder line, like, Luis, he should be with, like, Playmaker somewhere. Anyways, let's put him in C right now.
Okay.
Okay, so we only have a few left. Let's just get through this guy quick. He's probably one of the more successful actors outside of the Mighty Ducks film franchise.
Charlie Conway?
No, it's Greg Goldberg.
Don't get him. There was some news article a couple of years ago about him. He's like...
You're going to burn in hell for that one.
Yeah, he's like in prison or something.
No, you know what? Actually, it makes me feel better. Apparently, the past, like, 50 days, he's been off.
How close do you track him?
I saw something like...
Oh, he's living in my basement.
A few weeks ago. Apparently, he's doing well right now.
Okay. So he was not doing well.
No, he was not doing well for, like, 15 years. All right, so Greg Goldberg... starting goalie in D1 and D2, even though clearly he should have not been. And I mean, there's really not much to say about this guy. He talks shit, but he can't back it up.
The one thing with him, which I don't... it doesn't make sense about him, but hey, it's on film, so it happened. When Gordon says, hey, he's on a hot streak, I can't replace him, he looks so good.
Yeah, he does.
He put the Hendricks uniform on, he's making some like ridiculous saves. I don't know how he just suddenly advanced. But the entire first movie,
he's scared of the puck.
Yeah.
Until Gordon ties him to a...
straps him to the post.
Another one of Gordon's classic fucking hockey training
like
moves.
That, like, it ties them all together. You'll learn to move as a team. Yeah. Oh, now we can play.
Somehow that's...
Now I get hockey.
I mean, the only thing that works for, I guess, is communication. Just being able to, like, have a single voice
Right.
and have like people go one way or the other way. But
you know, if it's kind of ruined the magic. If you look close, Charlie at the back is holding.
oh
the two
shit,
ends,
I think I've seen that before. Yeah.
So it's not tied.
Yeah.
They're not.
And then
in
when they
things.
fall down, they're
there's a guy. Jesse's already out of it.
like they're trying to like slide back into the frame
into each other.
Yeah. All right, so Greg Goldberg. What else?
Oh God, Goldberg.
I mean, his parents own like a restaurant,
The
like
delicatessen.
yeah.
Goldberg delicatessen.
So he has like his story makes sense. He's bigger because his parents own a fucking
delicatessen. So the big guy is going to go in goal.
Yeah, I mean that's just his thing. But again, he shit talks, can't back it up. In the third one, he does move to defense, I think, right? Like Julie.
Really?
Yeah, Julie takes over as like the
I need to watch D3 again, honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably the worst out of the three. But, I mean, as far as like just need for D1 and D2, he's probably higher. But once Julie comes in, he's totally replaceable.
Yeah.
So like, I would
he's only goalie because he's the only goalie.
I'd get like a C. I would give him like the highest.
You can't?
Well, like goalie wise, we can put him wherever the hell we want.
Okay.
But like, what do you think?
Comedy value, he'd be in a different spot, but I'd duster him.
You duster? All right, let's give him a D. Let's put him in there with Terry Hall.
Goldberg. Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't
And
me.
No, it wasn't me.
All right, we got 4 left.
Okay.
Okay, let's get through this shit. Next, we got Fulton Reed. Okay, we don't know where he comes from. He comes from the fucking streets.
From the alley.
Yeah.
He was living in that suitcase.
Huge trench coat. Probably hasn't cleaned his underwear in fucking months.
6'2".
6'2", yeah.
220.
Actually, I don't know where I read this before, but like apparently in D1 he was way taller than everyone else, right? But really he was only like 5'10". But for his age, for like 12 or whatever, he was huge, right? Like he was taller.
So he is the same age as them.
Yeah.
I know he's
not
meant
like,
to be in the show. I thought they just grabbed like a 17-year-old.
No. He might be no. He was big for his age.
Yeah, okay.
So like he was already bigger than Emilio Estevez, who's like not that tall. He's like 5'8". But then by the time D2 came around, Fulton Reed, he never grew. So like he was just like he had a huge growth spurt, got up to 5'10", and then Charlie Conway was 6 feet by the end of D2. And they had to put him on like higher skates so that he could still be tall. Yeah, so
he'd
he's just
still
like,
be like the enforcer.
Yeah. Because they thought he was just gonna keep growing and be like this like 6'4", like whatever. All right, but again, classic D1, D2, D3, one of the icons of like
he's the best.
of the
You
Mighty
just want
Ducks.
him to get the puck.
Yeah. You cheer for him, right? He's like
can't skate.
No, can barely walk, can't talk. Remember?
Hi guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, like the very start of D2, the first.
Never know what hit him.
Like to show puberty or something.
Hey guys. Just strips them naked.
Beats the shit out of 3 hogs.
But then he straight away is like, yeah, ducks rule. Yeah, that'll teach him to mess with the ducks.
Yeah. And I mean, he is valuable. I mean, if you put he learns to skate, obviously. And then, I mean, you give him the puck. No one's stopping that shot.
Couldn't hit it under pressure.
He couldn't?
He did?
Yeah, he did it in the shootout or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he has that, like, he puts the sword, pretends his stick is a sword.
Cool. And they put the sound effect on.
Yeah.
Shrink.
So, I mean, I'm at least giving him a B.
All right.
I think he's, like, a B player.
Yeah, Wayne and Connie.
And you need, like, an enforcer, like...
The only thing that drags him down from an A is the whole, like, 1 out of 5 and he can't skate thing.
Yeah. But, I mean...
Okay, Fulton.
By D3, he's the single Bash brother, but... He's like holding his own out there.
That was one
Mr.
of my favorite
Bash.
line. Yeah. Who am I now? Mr. Bash, the Bash man.
All right, let's just keep going. So this next guy, Russ Tyler. What do you know about Russ Tyler? Tell me what you know about Russ Tyler.
I'm struggling with Russ Tyler.
Knuckle puck time.
Oh, like Keenan.
Yeah.
Is it Keenan? It's the same guy.
Yeah, SNL.
Yeah. Hey, I have my knuckle puck. Awesome.
Yeah.
He's wicked. I can't say a bad word about him.
I mean, trash talking to the extreme.
Yeah.
When he's like up there, he's talking to Jesse Hall, like he's talking shit to Jesse, like, man, my brother can play better than you guys or whatever. Then why don't you go bother him then?
Yeah. And he, like, all those, like, kids who were 3-4 years older than him are all, hey, that's my... Like, he's the guy on the court, on, like, roller hockey who's annihilating them all.
Yeah, and he has the older brother. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Go Team USA.
Yeah.
You go get him. In one day, in an afternoon, that older brother somehow teaches Team USA more than Gordon can teach. Like, we're gonna teach you how to play Iceland, the best team in all of the Goodwill games. Or somehow Canada's nowhere to be found. It's fucking Iceland randomly. Just
he's really he's really good.
Yeah, he's a solid player.
Brought his own thing. Yeah. That's going to bring in the crowds.
Yeah, one of the most iconic, like, it's knuckle puck time.
Yeah.
And then...
And how many kids after seeing that went and stood the puck up?
I was out there every day trying to flip that fucking puck up.
Yeah.
It never, like...
I don't think it's possible.
Like, you can get it in the net. Like, some people probably got pretty good at it, but it's still, like, super stupid. Why would you... Like, it's not as good as a normal slap shot.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah.
I mean, the aerodynamics are all over the place.
All right, so what are you giving Russ, then? I'm going to just agree with whatever you go on this. I'm good with.
We only have Cat in S.
Russ can't be an S tier.
What?
No way.
He's really good. He gets like drafted off the street onto the team.
No way. A tier at best.
Really? I mean, what's wrong with him then?
I mean,
what pulls him out of S?
I don't know. I guess I can't come up with something that would keep him out of there aside from just. He doesn't seem very athletic. I mean...
Okay. All right.
He's not like a physical presence. Russ Tyler.
Okay. I'll just put Russ. There's no other Russes.
All right. So we got 3 left. All right. And these are big names,
I want to see if I can think of them. We've got Charlie Conway. We've got Adam Banks.
Yeah. There's one left.
Not Ken Wu.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
All right, here we go. So, Charlie Conway, the captain, triple deke, right? Hooks Gordon up with his mom, smashes, Gordon smashes his mom.
S tier, done.
Like, what?
Where's my room in the house?
Talk about a wingman. He shouldn't be center. He should be a wingman, left or right wing, because he hooked Gordon up with his cute little mom, just like, what the
dynamo.
Yeah. And
she has many great qualities.
And obviously, we feel bad for Charlie because
he needs a dad.
Yeah, he needs a dad.
Yeah.
He craves that dad, whatever. And Gordon
craves someone wrestling him into the ground at night.
Yeah, beating the shit out of him in the snow, while his mom gets wet above, looking at Gordon. Gets soaking wet.
Then he just leaves her for the Minnesota Waves, and he comes back 3 months later, and she's married.
Yeah, wait, is she?
I'm sure she's married.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she got married.
I know in D2, it's either D2 or D3, but she doesn't, she's not in one of them.
I'm sure he comes back and then Charlie talks about his mum remarrying. Fuck. Or maybe it's a boyfriend. No, I'm sure it's remarried.
Maybe she was cheating on Gordon.
But he was gone for the off season. How long is that
Maybe she just got angry with Gordon and was like, this piece of shit's gonna leave me. Well, I'm gonna find someone else. I'm not waiting for him. I think she shows up in the third one just for half a second.
Is it the same actor?
Yeah. I think it's the same one. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure she is in the stands just quickly for D3. All right, so Charlie. He's not even the most talented. No. And stress gets to him. He fucks up sometimes when
Yeah.
But he does have the triple.
So in the first, is he captain in the first one?
I mean, at some point he switches. I don't know if he starts there, but he is the captain. By the end, I think. Yeah.
So Gordon's training them. I just watched D1 recently.
Right.
He put cones up for them to go in between. He goes back to basics hockey.
Yeah.
And he just goes straight into the cones and hits the floor. He goes, "It's okay, Charlie. It's okay."
Yeah, no,
he can't skate through cones.
No, he's not talented, really. He gets a little better, I think, as D2 comes along and then D3.
Which one is it where he's playing and he's got that girl watching?
D3.
D3. Yeah, he's good there.
He's working on
his... He does that little knelt down. I always wanted to do that. Yeah. Where he puts one knee down and celebrates.
Showboating. Yeah.
Does a little celly.
So he gets a little cocky in D3. Yeah. And he's working on his flirt game. Mm-hmm. I think being away from home. He's got his own little dorm room now. Yeah. And he's he just thinks he's a big man on campus. Now he's part of an academy team, right? The juniors. He's the captain until, what's that coach's name? But he rips the C off of him. Like,
yeah, sure. I hope that stands for Conway.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Sure doesn't stand for captain.
God damn. I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's what they needed after.
Yeah. Right, that's another thing, just to divert quick. You're going to learn two-way hockey.
Yeah.
So Team USA didn't defend.
No, not at all. Not at all. Fuck no. And yeah, then
that was like mind-blowing revelation. You're going to defend as well as attack.
Gordon just pawns them all off to this guy. Like, they're your fucking issue now. And then just, he sees these... He's the only one that, like, looks at them, and he's probably thinking, like, how the fuck did all these... How did they all each one of them make it to, like...
Like Averman.
They can barely fucking play hockey. Gordon's, like, the cool teacher who doesn't teach...
anything.
Like, he wants to be
you just
cool guy.
You just come away with a bit of knowledge about life.
Yeah, like grade...
Slightly inappropriate.
Grade 9 cool teacher in math, let's say. And then the grade 10 strict teacher gets those kids, and he's like... Did you guys learn anything last year? Like, what the hell were you doing? And then he has to be the bad guy to, like, pick them up.
But they can all, like, Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. All right, so where are you going to put Charlie? I mean, he's kind of selfish, too, what he does to Gordon in the third one. Gordon brings all these kids, gets them into this nice academy, and then he's just like, well, why aren't you staying with the Ducks? Like, he's been offered an incredible job, like a career for the rest of his life, being the president of Goodwill Games or whatever.
No, you're going to coach us for free.
Yeah. You're gonna stay with us for the next 4 years. Like, get real, Charlie. I mean, thanks for hooking me up with your mom.
I mean, he's so iconic. He's Charlie Conway.
Yeah, I mean, you do like
A?
Yeah, I'd give him an A. Just
he's not an S.
No
one is. Well,
I mean, I think the next guy.
Conway.
The next
Adam
guy.
Banks.
Yeah.
S. Let's not even talk about
All right, let's just get right into Adam Banks then.
Best player best player on the best team in the league.
The Hawks. Yeah.
He was like, so Riley.
Coach Riley.
Coach Riley.
Yeah.
How much he's running on 40 years of experience,
and
he says Banks may go all the way.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
Isn't he like, he's better than you at your age?
No, and he goes, not quite as good as you were, but he wants it more. But he wants it more.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And when Gordon's young...
It's not worth winning if you can't win big.
You're going to let me down, Gordon. If you don't make this, you're going to let me down, Gordon.
Not only let me down, you'll let your whole team down, too. Just the worst kid's role model coach ever.
Adam Banks is realistically the only one that could have made it on that Goodwill team.
Yeah.
He could have actually... He had the talent.
If Minnesota was a competitive, like, state...
Yeah, like tryouts.
If whoever was state champions of Minnesota, because it was the Hawks for like 30 years or something.
Yeah.
If that was a good competitive team and he was playing difficult hockey, then it makes sense. He's one out of, like, a team in the country.
Right.
If he's the best player on that one team.
Yeah, he's going all the way.
Yeah.
He's NHL bound.
Yeah.
That's where he's
Scouts, dad's invested.
Yeah. Let's just throw him right into S tier with Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Adam Banks. I'm happy with those two being at the top. For me, they're the only two who deserve to be on the USA team.
They want it the most. They have the skill.
Yeah.
Adam also has the willpower. He takes that absolutely savage...
I know what you're talking about, the arm.
Two-handed murderous slash across the wrist.
Double-handed German sword to the wrist.
2 minutes slashing. 2 minutes. Well's worth it.
Well's worth it. Julie got shoved out, got kicked out the whole game.
Yeah.
For like pushing a guy.
Yeah. Just for, boys, can you tie my skates for me?
Yeah.
Yow.
I wonder how many of them were Icelandic.
I don't. I saw that somewhere. I think a lot of them were actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were tall enough.
A few of them had to like dye their hair. But okay, never mind. We'll get into that in a second. That's a surprise. But okay, so Adam Banks, S tier, done, signed, sealed, delivered.
Okay, can I read our tiers?
Why don't we just finish Kenny and then?
Oh, I forgot about Ken Woo.
Yeah,
for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
All right, so woo Kenny Woo. Okay. He's coming all the way in from China, probably. I don't know.
Figure skater.
Yeah.
Figure skater. S. Hockey player. Yeah. He's a D.
Okay, there's one good thing about Kenny Woo. Well, he's a lovable character, right? He's the short guy that you want to cheer for. And...
Is it Dean who loves him?
Yeah. Well, both of them do. And with saying that, that's where I was
he
going.
teaches him to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he completes the Trinity. He becomes the little Bash brother.
Yeah,
like they call him, is it Mini Bash
Mini
brothers?
Bash,
He completes that Bash brother journey.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of things I forgot about Kenny.
Russ Tyler's brother, again, teaching everyone how to play hockey, I guess, in one afternoon. Sticks, gloves, shirt. Now if he tried that, like he does it against Iceland, I think.
Sure.
But like realistically, the Iceland
player... He's getting thrown into the stands. He was like 4 feet tall.
Just picked up and fucking tossed. Okay, and another, just like, what's his name, Dwayne Robertson?
Yeah.
Or Luis Mendoza. Again, these
has one skill.
Yeah, these characters that they bring in. You could have written them better because, what's his name? Fucking Kenny Wu. I remember the Hendricks guy. He's showing Gordon, like, all of their skills. Mm-hmm. And Kenny Wu comes in, he's like, whatever, best figure skater in the country, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, put a stick in his hand, and no one's going to be able to touch him. And it just shows Kenny Wu spinning in a circle with a stick in his hand. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is that going to do for your team? Hey, Kenny, start spinning. He's not going to have the puck. What's he do? So everyone's going to be playing hockey, and he's going to be in the fucking middle, just spinning.
Yeah. Hey, tell you what though, nobody touched him.
Look at this guy spin.
Nobody touched him. True. He also did nothing else. And the one thing you can do with that, hey, go and do a spin and distract them.
Yeah.
You already did with Tammy.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that trick.
Yeah. I mean, she did, and look what happened to her. She didn't make it. Kenny somehow makes it from D2 to D3. Right, and he kind of gets bullied from the senior team. Like, they take his shit, they take his lunch and shit, and he kind of has to stand up for himself. Mm-hmm. But other than that, he's like some comedic relief, I guess. I
honestly think one of the producers on the show who went like right through, who had far too much power and not enough good ideas, thought right at the beginning, hey, you know what's not been done before? Like, think of Cool Runnings, take sprinters and give them a bobsled. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a really good figure skater turn hockey.
Right.
And he tried it twice and couldn't figure it out. Okay. Next movie, you know what we're going to have? Another figure skater. We got it wrong with Tammy. We got it wrong.
Yeah, we got
Ken Wu.
Ken Wu.
Ken Wu. Doesn't work. He tries one trick and gets annihilated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he gets fucked up right up the middle.
Yeah, he goes, was that it? Yeah.
And we could go on about this forever, but the flying V, just the absolute most ridiculous thing. And you know what?
To me, you didn't know hockey. I was like, oh, why don't they do that every time?
Yeah, okay, that's kind of funny then, actually. Because if you grew up playing hockey, you want to try that, and on the practice, like when you're practicing for a game, you're like, guys,
sending it through your
let's do the flying V!
Yeah.
And it never fucking works. You all get tangled up behind the net, and then you're just like, stupid. And I'm glad that when they play Iceland, it gets absolutely ripped apart the first time.
Yeah, it gets run over.
Yeah.
Your little duck tricks. I feel like this whole time I've just quoted.
What's the coach's name in the second one? Gunnar, no.
Oh, Wolf the dentist.
Yeah, Wolf the dentist, Stanton or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Just like one of the... Apparently, like a grinder.
It was an NHL player, yeah.
Just like fucking people up.
Yeah, hit more teeth than pucks.
Yeah. You know why they called him the dentist? Fuck. All right.
Is that guy really a dentist?
So we have. Okay. I want to do one more person, a surprise person.
Okay.
Then we can go through our list.
Right.
So, where do you think Gunnar Stahl would rank if you had to put him on this list? If he became a duck, do you remember Gunnar Stahl?
Yeah.
S tier, you think he's up there with Adam Banks?
Like for skill?
Yeah.
He's an actual hockey player.
Yeah.
And let's go shake their hands.
Oh shit, you're right, yeah.
He's a good guy.
At the end, he is a good guy.
He's a leader.
Yeah. And you want to know something funny? They hired him back for D3. He's one of the main senior hockey players.
Really?
Yeah, except obviously
I have to watch D3.
He doesn't have his accent. He's just he tugs and he gets with
it's the same dude.
Yeah, he gets with I think Julie at the end. He's like, "Great game, Julie." And then they kiss at the end or something. Yeah, so they hired Gunnar Stahl back for D3. Jeez. So there you go. So yeah, but we don't have to put him, but Gunnar Stahl clearly S tier. And that's if you thought of young Gordon, S tier. Again, he's like Adam Banks pretty much.
I have so many problems with that though. That he stopped. I mean, think of a sport that you were good at 9.
Right.
If you're good at a sport at 9, you're a bit faster and maybe a bit taller than the other kids. You've not developed any skill, and his skill him being like the best of his group at 9 years old.
Yeah.
He stayed on that trajectory without playing hockey.
Yeah.
And then just went straight into the minor leagues, ready for the NHL. Not held a stick since he was 9 years old.
Yeah, unless he's like training the Ducks by like passing them eggs and shit.
Oh, well, sorry, I forgot that he went to his pond and then thought about his dad.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's a good
and
guy.
rollerblading a few times, like on that.
Yeah.
You remember in
with his little duck thing?
Yeah, D2 when he gets like the money goes to his head and like he's trying to like sleep with the Iceland girl.
Yeah. And he's in like the place in Malibu.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like you think his team, like they're teenage boys. This girl, Iceland girl, is clearly attractive.
Yeah.
It's not like they're a rival team or something. They met them fucking a week ago.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, my man, Gordon. Like the two jock.
Ice cream with the enemy, huh? Yeah.
Ice cream with the enemy, hey, coach. Comes in the
Nice
next
night
day.
for
Like,
dessert.
Just all of them abandon Gordon, like just because
Yeah.
he's hanging out with a hot chick.
I'm going to give up this ridiculous opportunity I don't deserve.
Yeah. The
Because-
only person that could be mad is Charlie. Being like, oh, you go from my mom and you just go with some other
move
girl
on.
right away,
Yeah.
Like some younger blonde chick. All right, if you want to go over the list, we can see where we are. I think we made a pretty solid list here.
We didn't go over 4 in any of them.
Oh,
So that's good.
Okay.
So
well,
S tier. No, let's go from the bottom. That's funny. F. Dog tier. Tommy Duncan and Karp.
Tommy Duncan and Karp.
Never
If
play
anyone
hockey.
has an issue with this, never watch the Mighty Ducks ever again.
D. Duster tier. Terry Hall. Could have been higher if he carried on.
I mean, yeah, who knows?
Who
We
knows?
never saw his.
We never really saw him do anything. Peter Mark.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
And Goldberg.
Yeah.
Should Goldberg
Some
be
people
there?
might have an issue with Goldberg,
Goldberg being there.
but if we're strictly talking about like hockey skill,
Okay, for those 4 minutes of Mighty Ducks 2, he was S. The rest of the time, he was F. So let's settle on D.
all right, yeah, we'll say.
C list: Tammy Duncan, Averman, Dean Portland, Luis Mendoza.
Okay, say that one more time.
Tammy Duncan,
Yeah,
Lester Averman,
yeah.
Dean Portland, Luis Mendoza.
Yeah, I would say that's like the only person that, if I'm thinking about how like the lines make sense as far as like a team goes, you might want like Luis.
Oh, are these the guys who are going to be playing together?
Well, I that's just in my
Is
head.
that how tiers
No,
work?
no.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm just saying in my head. That's how I'm
Yeah.
kind of like the only person that would be maybe somewhere else is Luis. Like he has the skill to go, like with
If he could stop.
Charlie and
Yeah.
if he could stop. But yeah,
Thing
that's
is, that's what's annoying. That's so fixable.
yeah.
And as soon as you do, he's flying.
Then he's the fastest guy on the ice every
Luis,
single time.
You get yourself out of sea.
Yeah,
This
Luis.
is up to you.
Come on, man. I mean, you can get the girls.
If you're listening, Luis Mendoza,
Yeah, Luis Mendoza.
you get yourself out of sea.
Maybe you'll be in the upcoming Mighty Ducks show. They gotta have some of them back on. Like they have to have some reoccurring characters.
I feel like there's just going to be the people who were big enough at the time but have done nothing since.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, they're coming out with like a Disney Plus Mighty Ducks show. Gordon Bombay is coming back. I mean,
That's so amazing.
I'm guessing Gordon's gonna call in some support from some of these other.
Averman's 100% got to be in
He's
it.
got to be in it. Averman's got to be in it. The whole
Goldberg, I fear, won't be.
Goldberg is the homeless guy outside. They could give him some money just to show up for one day.
So maybe he will.
All right, so let's go on to B.
B, Dwayne Robertson, Connie, and Fulton.
Yeah,
They're pretty...
I mean-
put them on a pretty even keel.
yeah. It's not the most talented line, but you know what? Connie can keep them in line. Fulton's going to clean up the trash, and then Wayne, if he can just stop being a selfish cunt and just kind if he can pass the puck, then yeah, they'll make some shit happen.
Okay, we're getting into like fire now.
Okay.
Listen to this for a line. A, Guy Germaine, Jesse Hall, Russ Tyler, Charlie Conway.
Right. So like obviously, well, I think Russ is a defenseman. So yeah, that works. Like all of them on the ice at the same time would be a good like solid number 2 like line.
Even, I mean, what Jesse and Guy are bringing what Charlie doesn't in terms of skill.
Yeah.
But he's like the playmaker.
Yeah.
He's like organising them.
Yeah. Charlie will keep them all like level-headed.
Yeah.
All right. And
S, Cat, Adam Banks, Gunner.
Gunnar Stahl, yeah,
Gunnar
if he was
Stahl.
on the team.
Yeah.
Adam Banks. I mean, yeah, Adam Banks and Julie the Cat
Step
Gaffney.
above. First 10 seconds on the ice, he scores a goal.
Yeah. Just incredible. And you know what, Julie, whatever the top league of female hockey is, she would be there.
Oh, yeah.
She would be in the Olympics for, like, Team USA.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good line. Do we have anything else to say? I mean, that's pretty much it for the Mighty Ducks tier list.
I feel like we need to do a whole other thing on Mighty Ducks frustrations.
Oh my God, we could do an hour or 2 hours about just the most ridiculous points of each movie. Maybe we will. You know what? Leave in the comments below if you guys liked and enjoyed this topic and you want us to talk about just every ridiculous thing, just
every ounce,
ripping apart D1, D2, and D3. Even though they're great, let's be honest, they're amazing.
We wouldn't
movies.
be talking if they weren't.
Yeah, we love them, but we can also just laugh and rip them apart for hours.
We can go into like detail about why a team in Minneapolis went to a Dallas Stars game.
Just an hour just on that.
Just on that. I want to map the trip. I want to price it at the time to see how much it would. A little playoff treat for you all.
There's so many. The other crazy thing is that this movie, they actually turned into a hockey team, like an NHL team.
Yeah.
Like
Is it because of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was in. I thought it was like in reverse. I thought the team existed and then they made the movie and then pretended in the movie that team was based on this movie team.
No, so as far as what I know, I think like Mighty Ducks came out and then they made an NHL team based off the movie. I'm almost 100%.
Because he says that in. He says, "Oh, you've not heard of us? They based a pro team after us."
Yeah.
But I thought it was just kind of reverse flip thing.
Like the one thing I think they got really right, like as you go on in like now that it's 20 years old or whatever, those D1 jerseys are classic.
Yeah.
The light green with the yellow and the purple.
Yeah.
Like if an NHL team, if the not Mighty Ducks anymore, if the Anaheim Ducks came out for like a fan night or something and they were wearing those jerseys,
that would be nuts.
Yeah,
how have they not done that?
With like the purple pants,
they took the
like
D2 logo, didn't they?
Yeah, they took the D2 logo, which is a fine jersey, but like I think
white one when they come out in it, that's so
but
good.
I still like the original.
Yeah, the original green.
Yeah,
it's so good. There's like the odd fan that goes to games in those.
Yeah. I mean, we each have one of those.
We each have one. Yeah, we do.
And I haven't worn it out yet, but you say when you go out and you're wearing that, like
I was out in a bar on my birthday wearing it, and the entire bar started quacking.
It's like incredible.
Quack, quack, quack.
And you have the Conway. You have the Conway. I have the Averman.
You have Averman.
And I think that's all right. So, anyways, regardless, if you guys want us to do another one of these, talking, just ripping the Mighty Ducks to shred about the plot,
in love. Ripped in love.
Let us know in the comments below. And then next week we are going to have another random topic to talk about. I won't know.
I'm going to be ringing it.
All right, so if you like this, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please help us out and have a good day.
Bathing dangerous.